Hello friends, myself Arpit Kaur Saini. Welcome to Anthropology and Tutorial. Today we will discuss about a new topic, that is body fluid. We'll talk about body fluid, a type of body fluid, blood, different type of blood. So we'll discuss this topic in this video. So let's start. What is body fluid? The main topic is that what is body fluid? Body fluids are the medium of transport in the body, right? Because these are in liquid form. So in the average 70 kg person, the total amount of water is about 60% of the body weight, because women normally have more body fat than men. They contain slightly less water than men in proportion to their body weight. Likewise, in thin person, water content is more than in obese person, because in obese persons have more fat as comparison to water. Similarly, in old people, water content is decreased due to increase in fat. So this is the percentage of fat and water in different body. Then body fluid is mainly classified into two groups, that are intracellular fluid or extracellular fluid. In intracellular fluid, that we also called as a ICF, this is a short form of intracellular fluid. The fluid of each cell contains its individual mixture of different constituents, but the concentration of these substances are similar from one cell to another. Then these constituents of cell fluid is remarkable and similar even in different animals, ranging from microorganism to human. And what are that constituents that are present in intracellular fluid? That are intracellular fluids contain large amount of potassium, phosphate ions and proteins. It also contains moderate quantity of magnesium and sulfate ions. And intracellular fluid contain only small quantity of sodium and chloride ions and almost no calcium ions. So these are the constituents which are present in the intracellular fluid, right? So the maximum amount of potassium and phosphate ion and proteins are present in this fluid, but calcium ion is not present in this fluid, right? But in contrast to extracellular fluid, in extracellular fluid there are number of fluids are present and number of constituents are present, that are interstitial fluid. We also called as a tissue fluid. It is present in between the tissue. Interstitial fluid resembles like a seawater, right? And the second constituent is blood plasma. Blood plasma, it is found in the blood. Then lymph plasma, it is also extracellular fluid that is present in limbs. Then cerebrospinal fluid, we also called it as a CSF. It is present inside the ventricles of the brain, the central canal of the spinal cord, and in the subarachnoid space around the brain and spinal cord. So this is present in the brain. Okay, and the next one is intraocular fluid. This fluid is found in the eyeballs, the aqueous humor and vitreous humor, right? So it is present between these. Then serous fluid, intrafluid fluid or pericardial fluid and peritoneal fluid are the example of serous fluid. Then synovial fluid, it is present in the joint. Then digestive fluid, digestive juices are example of the digestive fluid. Fluid in urinary tract. This fluid is present in the tract of excretory system. So these are the fluids which are the example of the extracellular fluids. These right. So what are the constituents which are present in the extracellular fluids? So the interstitial fluid, plasma fluid, lymph fluid, serous fluid, intraocular fluid, synovial fluid, digestive fluid, and fluid in urinary tract. So these fluids are the example of the extracellular fluid, right? Or what are the constituents? What are the material or substance which are present in the extracellular fluid? The extracellular fluid contain large amount of sodium and chloride ions. reasonably large amount of bicarbonate ions, but only small quantity of potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphate, and organic acid ions. Right? The composition of extracellular fluid is carefully regulated by various mechanisms, but especially by the kidney. So these are the constituents which are present in the extracellular fluid, right? So now next question is, what is the difference between extracellular and intracellular fluids? In the extracellular fluid contain large amount of sodium, chloride and bicarbonate ion and nutrients for the cell such as glucose, fatty acids. So it contains good quantity of oxygen. It also contains carbon dioxide that is transported from the cell to the lung, and other cellular waste products that are transported to kidney for excretion. Whereas in intracellular fluid, different from extracellular fluid, it contains large amount of potassium, magnesium and phosphate ion. The intracellular fluids contain only small quantities of sodium and chloride ion and almost no calcium ions. So these are the main difference between the two, right? Then next, what is the significance of body fluid? The first one is homeostasis. The maintenance of internal environment is called homeostasis. Water forms not only the essential constituents of internal environment but also play important role in homeostasis. Right? The second significance is transport mechanism. It is a transport mechanism. Body water forms the transport medium by which nutrients and other essential substances enter the cell and unwanted substances come out of the cell. The third one is metabolic reaction. Water inside the cell forms the medium for various metabolic reactions which are necessary for growth and functional activities of the cell. The fourth significance is texture of tissue. Water inside the cell is necessary for characteristic form and texture of various tissue. And the fifth, temperature regulation. Water play an essential role in maintenance of normal body temperature. So this is a significance of body fluid. So the next topic is blood fluid. Blood. First of all, what is blood? Definition of blood is a mobile connective tissue composed of fluid, the plasma and the cell, and the blood corpuscles. Blood is basis of life, right? Blood is the softest tissue in the body, and blood outside the cell are generally called extracellular fluid. Blood form about 30 to 35% of ECF. The volume of blood in an adult of 70 kg weight is about 5.5 liter, and it's slightly alkaline fluid having a pH 7.4 of blood in arteries is more than in veins. Then what is the composition of blood? The blood is composed of watery fluid called plasma and floating body term formed element, that is blood corpuscles, right? So the first composition of blood, that is plasma. What is plasma? It is slightly alkaline, non-living intercellular fluid which constitutes about 60% part of the blood. It is a pale yellow but transparent and clear fluid. Then what are the composition of plasma? The first composition is water. Water alone form 90% to 92% of plasma. Solid form about 8%, right? So the second composition is mineral salt. These are chloride, bicarbonate, sulfates and phosphates of plasma, of sodium, potassium, calcium, iron and magnesium. So all salts contain about 0.9% of plasma. Then third constituent, nutrients. These include glucose, fatty acids, phospholipids, cholesterol, fat, amino acids, nucleosides, mineral salts has been mentioned above. Then fourth constituent, plasma protein. They contain about 7 to 8% part of plasma. These mainly include albumin, globulin, immunoglobulin, pathobin and fibrinogen. Then defense compound, immunoglobulin, which act as antibody, and other substances such as lysozymes, polysaccharides and propyridine, large protein are always found in the plasma. They destroy bacteria, viruses, and toxic substances that enter in the blood from outside. Then sixth substances, excretory substances. These include ammonia, urea, uric acid, creatine, etc. Dissolved gases. Water or blood plasma contain oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen in dissolved form. Then anticoagulant. Blood plasma contains conjugated polysaccharides, the heparin, which prevent coagulation of the blood inside the blood plasma. And the ninth one is hormone. These are secreted and released in blood by endocrine gland. Then tenth is vitamin and enzyme. So different kinds of vitamin and enzymes are present in the blood plasma. So these 10 are the constituents which are present in the blood plasma, right? And what is the function of blood plasma? These are it helps in transportation, retention of fluid in blood, maintenance of blood pH, body immunity, and prevention of blood loss, conducting heat to skin for dissipation, and uniform distribution of heat all over the body. So these are the function of blood plasma. Because there are number of enzymes and proteins which are present in this blood plasma, which help in the retention of the body and maintain the body temperature. So which is this is the duty of blood plasma, right? Then blood. Now type of blood. The second part which is present in the blood, that is a formed element, that is called blood corpuscles. So blood corpuscles are of three types. Formed elements or blood corpuscles are following of three types, that is erythrocytes, that is red blood cells, then leukocytes, that are white blood cells, and the thermocytes, that are platelets, right? So these are the three types of blood which are blood corpuscles which are present in the blood, right? The first one is the erythrocytes or RBC, that is called a red blood corpuscles. So these forms are most abundant cells in the body, human body, right? The total number of RBCs per microliter of blood is total count of RBC, right? The total count of RBC is more in men than in women. It is due to the fact that women undergo menstruation. Less amount of hemoglobin leads to anemia. Anemia may be caused by loss of blood, destruction of RBC. The increase in number of RBC may be during a muscular exercise to meet the increased demand of oxygen and at a high altitude to cope up with the low oxygen content of the air. So an abnormal rise in RBC count is called polycythemia. Polycythemia. Decrease in the number of RBC is called erythrocytopenia. So these are the two diseases. When abnormal rise in RBC, that is called polycythemia, and the decrease in RBC, that is called erythrocytopenia. So then what is the shape of red blood cells? Red blood corpuscles of all adult mammals are enucleated, non-nucleated. They are mostly biconcave and circular. However, in camel and llama, RBCs are oval. Biconcave form of human RBC is advantageous in gas exchange because biconcave disc has more surface area than in sphere. Then what is the color of RBC? The RBC took yellowish when seen singly, then red when viewed in bulk, in abundance. So they impart red color to the blood. Red color is due to the presence of hemoglobin, right? And what is the structure of hemoglobin? RBC. Then matured mammalian RBC do not have cell organelles, including nucleus, Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies, mitochondria, ribosomes, centrioles, and endoplasmic reticulum. It increases the surface area of RBC and enables these to contain more hemoglobin. Thus, almost entire cytoplasm is filled with hemoglobin, and in the absence of cell organelles, the consumption of oxygen is very low. Anaerobic respiration occur in RBC. Then hemoglobin is conjugated protein, which is made up of a protein called globulin and non-protein group heme. So the name hemoglobin. So the heme is a iron porphyrin complex. Mammalian hemoglobin molecule is complex of 4 heme molecules joined with 4 globin molecules. A red blood cell has about 280 million hemoglobin molecules, so which give a red color to the cells. Then quantity of hemoglobin in RBCs is about 100 milliliter of blood of normal man contain about 15 gram of hemoglobin, and normal women contain 13 gram of hemoglobin. So this is the quantity of hemoglobin in both male and female. So then next is formation of erythrocytes. The formation of erythrocyte is called erythropoiesis. In the early few weeks of embryonic life, primitive nucleated RBCs are produced in the yolk cell, one of the embryonic membrane. In the later embryonic stage, RBCs mainly produced by the liver and spleen, but from birth onward, RBCs are produced by bone marrow. Then hemocytoblasts in the red bone marrow give rise to mature RBC. Then iron and protein are necessary raw material for synthesis of hemoglobin. However, vitamin B12 and folic acid stimulate maturation of RBC. Thus, iron, protein, and vitamin 12 and folic acid are essential elements for the formation of hemoglobin and RBC. So, definition of any of these nutrients can cause anemia and excess of RBC stored in spleen. Then, what is the lifespan of RBC? The lifespan of RBC is about 120 days. So, the next question is, what is the function of RBCs? RBCs helps in transportation of oxygen. Hemoglobin of RBCs readily combine with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. In the tissues, oxyhemoglobin readily give up its oxygen. This oxygen is used for oxidation of food, transport, and then second function of RBC is transportation of CO2. RBC also participate in transporting carbon dioxide from the tissue to the lung. Then carbon dioxide combined with potassium carbonate of the red blood cells to form potassium bicarbonate in the presence of enzyme called carbonic anhydrase. Then carbon dioxide also combined with amino acid of the hemoglobin of the red blood corpuscles to form carbaminohemoglobin. So, and the third example is function is maintenance of pH of blood. The hemoglobin is excellent acid base buffer, which is largely responsible for maintaining the pH of the blood. Acidity of blood results hemoglobin to carry less oxygen. So these are the function of hemoglobin RBC. It helps in the transportation of oxygen. It also helps in transportation of carbon dioxide, and it also helps to maintain the pH of blood. It is a excellent acid-base buffer which is responsible to maintain a pH of the blood. So if the person feel acidity of the blood, which is result due to less oxygen. So this is a function of RBCs, and the second type is leukocytes, that is called this is a second type of blood corpuscle, that is a white blood cell, which we also called as a WBC. So leukocytes do not have any hemoglobin like erythrocytes, right? So like RBC, it does not contain any hemoglobin, right? This varies from 5,000 to 10,000 per cubic milliliter of blood in human. So thus they are less in number than RBC. Rise in WBC count is termed as leukocytosis. Increase in TLC shows there is acute bacterial infection. Abnormal increase of WBC is in malignancies like leukemia, blood cancer, fall in WBC count in leukopenia. So these are the diseases. In some conditions such as a folic acid deficiency, the total count of WBC decreases. The total amount of WBC is useful in diagnosing various diseases. So normal or low TLC is in viral infection, malaria, typhoid or tuberculosis. When WBC is decreased, so this is due to the viral infection or malaria, typhoid or tuberculosis. These are the main reason when it decreases. So what is the shape of WBC? The leukocytes are rounded or irregular in shape. They can change their shape like amoeba and thus capable of amoeboid movement. So this enables them to squeeze out of the blood capillaries into the tissue. So this process is called diapediasis. So this is the shape of WBC. It is like amoeba. It is rounded and irregular in shape, right? Then the size of WBC, the WBCs are larger than the RBCs, and the size is about 12 to 20, right? Then what is the color of our WBC? WBCs are the don't have any color because these are colorless. Then what is the structure of WBCs? Structure of leukocytes consists of cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm. The cytoplasm contains mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, centrioles, besides other cell organelles. And there are some types of leukocytes. The leukocytes are of two types, which are further divided into subtypes. So the first one is a granulocyte. This is the first type of WBC. These the granules are not found in the cytoplasm of the cell. The granulocytes are of two types: lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes, these are smaller in size, containing scant cytoplasm, which are large rounded nucleus. They are non-motile and non-phagocytic. They produce antibodies to destroy microbes, and their toxic reject grafts and kill tumor cells. They also help in healing of injury. So lymphocytes exist in two major groups in circulation. These are B and T lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are 20 to 40% of lymphocytes, right? So these are in small in size, contain a scant cytoplasm, or it is a large rounded nucleus, right? Or these produce antibodies which help to destroy outside bodies or toxicity, right? So these are B or T lymphocytes. So the lymphocytes are only 20 to 40% present in the leukocytes, right? The second type is the monocytes. These are the largest of all type of leukocytes, somewhat amoeboid in shape. This is like amoeba. They have a much cytoplasm, and the nucleus is bean in shape, and they are motile and phagocytic in nature, and engulf bacteria and cellular debris. Generally, they change their macrophage after entering the tissues. So the monocytes are of 20 to 10% of leukocytes, right? Then the second type is granulocytes. They contain granule in their cytoplasm. Their nucleus is irregular in shape. According to their staining property, granulocytes are divided into three types. That is eosinophils, right? Eosinophils. The nucleus is two-lobed. They have coarse granules. Their granules take acidic stain. Their number increase in people with allergy conditions such as asthma, hay fever. Then they also help in dissolving blood clot. They are non-phagocytic. This seems to play a part in immune system. They have some similarity to lysosomes. Then eosinophils can attach themselves to parasitic form and cause their destruction by liberating lysosomal enzymes on their surface. So eosinophils are 1 to 6% of leukocytes. Then second type is basophils. The nucleus is usually 3 lobes. Then they have less number of coarse granules. Their granules take basic strain strongly and they release heparin, serotonin and histamine. So they are probably like a mast cell of connective tissue. So basophils of 0 to 1% of leukocytes because it is it has a 3 lobe. Right, and the third type is a neutrophil. Nucleus is many lobed. They have fine granules, so they stain weakly with both acid and basic stain. So neutrophils are most numerous of all leukocytes. So neutrophil in female possess small spheric lobes attached to their nucleus by stalk, and lobe is drumstick, bar bodies. So bar bodies. And then drumstick is formed by formation of X chromosomes, so they eat harmful germs and phagocytes in nature. So neutrophils are of 40 to 70% of leukocytes. Then what is the formation of leukocytes? The formation of leukocyte is called leukocytosis or leukophiosis. Okay. Then the granulocytes and monocytes are formed only in bone marrow. Then lymphocytes are produced mainly in lymph nodes, spleen, thymus, tonsils, bone marrow, fire patches of small intestine. So what is the lifespan of WBCs? The life of the granulocytes once released from the bone marrow is normally 4 to 8 hours, circulated in blood, and another 4 to 5 days in the tissues. Then monocytes also have a short lifespan of 10 to 20 hours. The lymphocytes have lifespan of few days or a month, even year, but they depend on the body needs of these cells. So then third type is thermocytes, blood platelets. So this is a third type of blood corpuscles. In mammal, thermocytes are called blood platelets. Number, they are fewer than the RBCs but more than the WBCs in number. So there are about 250,000 platelets in cubic milliliter of blood. So it increases or decreases in number of platelets is called thermocytosis and thermocytopenia respectively. So what is the shape of blood platelets? Blood platelets are really cell fragments rather than true cells. So these are rounded in shape or oval disc-like bodies. And the size of the platelets are 2 to 3 microliter in diameter. So thus they are much smaller than both the red and white blood cells. Then blood cells are also colorless like that of WBCs. The structure of platelets, they are flat, non-nucleated fragment of the cell, and they are simply bits of protoplasm and bounded by a membrane and contain a few cell organelles and excretory granules in the cytoplasm. And they have a group of basophilic granules in the center which give the appearance to the nucleus. So the life of these cells are about weeks. And the function, when person get injured, blood platelets release certain chemicals which are called platelet factor, and the platelet factor help in a clotting of the blood. So this is the function of the third type, thermocytes, right? Then what is the function of blood? First of all, we'll talk about the lymph. Lymph. What the definition of lymph? Lymph is a mobile connective tissue comprises lymph plasma and lymph corpuscles. What is the composition of lymph? Lymph plasma. It is similar to that of blood but have a fewer blood protein, less calcium, phosphorus and high glucose concentration. Mainly globulin protein are present which are actually antibodies. Other component of the lymph plasma are very much like that of blood plasma, organic, inorganic substances, water, etc. Then lymph corpuscles, these are floating amoeboid cells, leukocytes, white blood corpuscles, which are mostly lymphocytes. So erythrocytes and the platelets are absent in lymph. So lymphocyte organs, the organs which are secrete lymph are called lymphoid organs. Lymphoid organ, besides the lymph node, tonsil, thymus, glands, spleen, Peyer's patches are other lymphoid organs. Spleen is the largest mass of lymphatic tissue in the body. So function of lymph. Lymph act as a middleman which transport oxygen, food material, hormones, etc. to the body cell and bring carbon dioxide and other metabolic waste from the body to blood, and then finally pour the same into a venous system. Then body cells are kept moist by the lymph. Lymph node produce lymphocytes. Lymph take lymphocytes and antibodies from the lymph node to the blood. Then it destroys the invading microorganism and foreign particles in the lymph node. It absorbs and transports fat and fat-soluble vitamins from the intestine. The lymphatic capillaries present in the intestinal villi are called the lacteal, which are associated with the absorption and transportation of fat and fat-soluble vitamins. Then it brings plasma proteins, micromolecules synthesized in the liver cell and hormone produced in the endocrine gland to the blood. The lymph contains the volume of the blood, and the volume of blood reduces the blood vascular present, and lymph flushes from lymphatic system to the blood vascular system. And then last is the function of blood. Transportation of food material. Blood transports the digestive food from the alimentary canal to different body. Then blood helps to transport the respiratory gases, like oxygen is carried from the respiratory organ to the tissues and carbon dioxide from the tissue to the respiratory organ by blood. Then blood helps to transport the hormones. Hormones are carried by blood from endocrine gland to the places of use. Then transportation of excretory matter. Blood transports the excretory matter to the kidney and other excretory organs. Then it also transports heat. Blood allows the transfer of heat from the deeper tissue to the surface of the body where it can be lost. And it helps to some white blood cells are phagocytic in nature. They contain white blood cells produce antitoxic to neutralize the toxic released by the foreign germs. Then temperature regulation. Blood maintains the body temperature to constant level by distributing heat within the body. Then water balance. Blood maintains water balance to constant level by bringing about constant exchange of water between circulatory blood and tissue fluids. Then maintenance of pH. Blood helps to regulate the pH of the blood. Then it also helps when any part of the blood is injured, loss of blood is prevented by formation of clot, which is a responsibility of the third type of blood, thrombocyte blood. Then it also helps in healing. Blood maintains necessary supply for the repair of damaged tissue, and eosinophils and basophils help in healing of wounds. Then blood maintains a physiological cooperation between the part of body by circulating one part to the other. So these are the function of the blood. Thank you.